Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5 best motherboard for gaming. Starting at number 5. Gigabyte Z590 Aorus Tachyon. Overclocking focused motherboards have made a proper comeback. All the major manufacturers have Z590 boards specifically designed for serious overclocking. The dual memory slot design, all those buttons and switches, a monstrous VRM, and a unique layout are all aimed at making life easier for overclockers. Then there's a comprehensive BIOS with extensive tweaking options. It's clear that this isn't a regular board with a fancy sticker slapped on it. This is another choice to aid overclockers who use LN to cool a GPU by allowing extra room for pots and insulation. The Gigabyte Z590 Aorus Tachyon won't magically add frequency to your CPU and memory. What it will do is help you to extract the maximum efficiency out of your system, no matter what cooling you're using. An enthusiast who loves to tweak, spending time reducing latency and tweaking sub-timings, or a gamer dedicated to finding a few extra FPS will enjoy peace of mind knowing you've got a board that's specifically designed to take whatever punishment you throw at it. Coming at number 4. Asus TUF Gaming Z590. This is a gaming motherboard positioned as an entry-level option for anyone looking to run Rocket Lake. Asus has always positioned its TUF products as reliable options, with decent pricing and a more basic feature set. Combined, it means this is a good affordable option for someone after a no-fuss, solid, and reliable system. And given the pricing of many Z590 motherboards, that makes for a welcome change. The TUF Z590 Plus features a subtle design with a particularly nice white font. You get a couple of little splashes of RGB around the right side too. It's a nice look. This is a board for anyone who would prefer to allocate money towards a faster GPU or larger SSD, instead of paying through the nose for 10 gigabits LAN or expensive add-in cards. And I can totally get on board with that. Bang for buck and the true essentials are the name of the game here. If you're on a budget, it's definitely one to look out for. At number 3. MSI Mag B660 Tomahawk. Despite its lack of DDR5 support, the MSI Mag B660 Tomahawk Wi-Fi DDR4 is a worthy contender for the budget Alder Lake builders among us. You're still looking at strong VRM, so the maximum turbo load of a 12900K shouldn't be an issue for it. And you still get a ton of I/O ports for your money. This evolution has taken a genuine step forward since the introduction of the last-gen B560 motherboards, and is certainly worth considering if you're looking to save on your 12th gen build. The design is black and RGB-less, so it will easily blend into most systems. But there are 4 RGB headers, including 2 that are addressable, in case you are looking to keep up effervescent appearances. The Tomahawk comes with 3 PCIe slots. The primary slot is a X16 slot that supports PCIe 4.0. The second is a X16 slot that supports a PCIe 3.0, and finally, there's a PCIe 3.0 X1 slot. PCIe 5.0 support for the primary slot would have been nice, though that's not likely to deliver any tangible benefit for GPUs for the foreseeable future. Number 2 of my list. MSI Mag B660M Mortar. As a slightly more affordable Alder Lake option than some of the Z690 boards out there, this MSI Mag B660M Mortar Wi-Fi DDR4 sacrifices some of the luxuries, yet still touts an impressive feature set. Not only are we looking at great power design, but this little micro ATX board manages to fit 8 USB ports on the back panel, and a bunch of internal headers on the board itself. There's no overclocking capability or DDR5 support here, but seeing as it's one of the more affordable routes into the Alder Lake platform, it makes sense to go down the DDR4 path. There is a DDR5 version available in the UK, but we've not been able to find it in the US. 0 slot for the GPU, another full-length slot running at X4, and then a final, short X1 PCIe 3.0 slot. The fact you get a pair of PCIe 4.0 2 slots for your drives will be plenty for most users too. And number 1. Gigabyte Z690 Aorus Pro. It was almost inevitable that the top-end chipset for Intel's next-gen Alder Lake CPUs would end up being super expensive. That is compounded by the premium attached to anything which mentions DDR5. Even so, the Gigabyte Z690 Aorus Pro almost bucks that trend by offering a rounded feature set along with DDR5 support for around $330. Sure, in the last CPU generation $300 plus was seen as high-end, but for the 12th gen platform that's positively mid-range. There are cheaper DDR4 boards around €1. Gigabyte also makes an Aorus Pro in DDR4 flavor, too, though that's not sold in the US or EU €1. But if you want to get the absolute most out of the new Intel platform, you want DDR5. 5G Intel wired networking connections, and eschewing such unnecessary luxuries as Thunderbolt 4 or another M.2 slot, it has managed to keep the price at least relatively sensible. And it's a great performer, too, delivering system and gaming performance easily on par with the far more expensive boards we've also tested. The BIOS is maturing regularly as well, which makes us completely confident in recommending the Gigabyte board as our pick of the Z690 bunch. Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.